First, let me show you the spec, what I am using. Okay, this is my current spec, current laptop, Asus ROG G15 with a AMD Ryzen7 5800H over here. AMD Ryzen7 5800H, and also using RTX3050 4GB. Okay, this is the mobile version, not the desktop one, because this is inside the laptop. And also my current memory, as you can see here, is 16GB. The highest usage right now is because NT is actually rolling out at behind. So more clarification, okay? I am actually running the system on silent mode. I will not running the system on performance or turbo or manual, because not a good thing for a compact size PC. In the whole test, I will actually be using silent in every setting, like from low, medium, high or ultra. Final I use this, Citizen I use this, World of Tank I use this, Apex Legend I am using this. Yes, it works okay, good enough. And also, just to be clear, this is actually not a very high-end one. This is also not the lowest one. Probably somewhere like slightly above entry level. Even though it is not actually a 3060, 3070 or 3080, but this RTX 3050 also have feature DLSS, which really give a lot of advantage compared to the non-RTX graphic card. So let me click on the monitoring tool and let me explain each one of them, so you can actually understand what is what. Firstly, this is actually core temperature. This is actually referring to my Ryzen 7, the temperature over here, and this is the CPU utilization, because how much the program actually using this thing. And also this one is CPU package power. I just using this just an additional info, because I wanted to know how much actually the Ryzen 7 is actually cooling. This is the GPU temperature for the iGPU, because the Ryzen 7 actually have integrated GPU. This is the GPU or the integrated one, and this is the GPU for the RTX 3050. Also the temperature here, and also the utilization over here. This is the GPU memory usage of the RTX 3050, which is maximum is around 4GB. This is the physical memory load, which is what is the program actually using right now, and virtual memory load. And this is the frame rate, and also the frame rate 1% low. NTE actually also have listed out their suggested system requirement. As you can see here, there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There is performance, there is smooth, balance, extreme, and cinematic, from the lowest one to the highest one. Okay, everything here is actually basing on Intel and using NVIDIA by the GTX, also RTX. So if you guys actually happen to be using AMD, okay, specifically AMD, either AMD processor or AMD graphic card, or both of them are AMD, you guys can actually still refer back to this system, this official system requirement over here, right? Give you an example, okay? For example, let me take the performance one, which is with the i7 11700. Okay. Just type the AMD equivalent. and then from there you can actually know which processor, depending on what you are, which processor is actually almost identical or on the same level of the Intel version. Okay, you can also use the same method for the graphic card. For the performance one, it is actually GTX 1660 Ti, right? GTX 1660 Ti, so AMD equivalent. Here we find, which graphic card will actually almost as close to the NVIDIA version. But there is some clarification, okay? Because this game is, even though this game is actually already optimized for a lot of hardware actually. Since this is actually being recorded and also being running at the same device, so the actual performance is a little bit higher. What is actually an NTE, Neverness to Everness? This is actually a game where a combined open world with a very stylish anime style, and actually running on Unreal Engine 5, and it's a well optimized at the moment, at the launch. Yes. As for the detail, please actually do not expect as lifelike like the F7 remake, which is you can actually see a stringle strand of the hair is, but this one is far more, little bit simpler than that, more anime, more towards the anime, also not photorealistic capable like Cyberpunk 2077 with a mod. This is actually a game where most of the visual is actually applied global scale instead of focusing on one specific thing, like the environment, open world, the building, the prop, the entity, the surrounding area, the lighting. It's the visual is spread out everywhere. That what's make it more beautiful compared to most other games. Actually, some games actually a very close, a narrative driven game, so that's why they can actually focus on more or towards the character rather than environment, but they have a very close environment. But in an open world, you have to make sure that everything looks good inside and out. That's the whole point of being an open world, is to explore. So go out and explore. There is one more setting that is actually side. How much population, how much entity that is physicalized and rendered inside the game at one time. So you can clearly see this is actually on Ultra. The number of cars that actually existing on the traffic is a lot, nearly to 20 or 30. Yeah, there is around 20. There is around here is also another 20. Yeah, which is actually a lot. Because right now it's actually rain, so there is no human NPC actually moving around. Very low, low, medium, high, and ultra. And this is actually very useful for those who actually have low-end devices and barely meets the system requirement of the game to be able to play the game at so that they have a comfortable experience. You can actually set this thing to low or very low. However, very low and low doesn't really have that much of a difference, like 1% or 2% of increase of entity actually. However, once you take you change to medium, there is a quite a number of entity at a given moment, and also high, also quite number of entity at a given moment. Using ultra also, it is seriously way more. Actually very useful for those that actually have some phobia against the crowd. Agoraphobia or demophobia, full for introvert, because the game can actually be played on first person mode. Okay,